ask you a question about Kusak, the beginning of Kusak, how Kusak began.
Well, that is rather a loaded question, and perhaps Kusau goes beyond perhaps my grandfather.
Okay.
And unfortunately, we don't have written historical evidence of how Kusau started.
Okay.
But I know Kusau started many years ago.
Okay.
And Kusau, in the real sense of the word, stretches as far as Bingo, Zoga, Yuga, what do you call it? Abugre in the Burkina Faso.
Okay.
Then now covering the whole of Kusau in Ghana.
Okay.
And so when we ask a question how Kusau started, to be honest, I would find it difficult to give you specific deadlines as to when Kusau started.
Okay.
But I know the modern boundary of Kusau started with the colonial establishment of that extended administrative powers into northern territories then, or northern Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Daddy, thank you so much. And then to throw more light on that same question, what we want to know is it be like somehow the 19th, it was Kusago West, Kusago Central, if I'm not mistaken.
But it was Kusasi West at that time, not
Okay.
Kusau, Kusasi West.
Kusago. Okay.
The Kusau is the correct pronunciation for the indigenous calling of our name.
Okay.
It's just like the Gans resisted the colonial native name Labadi and said Isla.
Okay.
And so our area is called Kusau.
Okay.
And the people are called Kusas,
Okay.
not Kusasi.
Okay.
It's an anglicized type of thing.
Okay.
And one person is a Kusa.
Okay. Okay. So I want to know, how do we become a Kusao or a Kusao? And more to the point, do we own the land, Kusao?
When we say, do we own the land? Who are the we? Let us be specific and
mean,
clear
Kusao,
in our minds.
I mean Kusases.
Yes, Kusas belong to Kusas.
Okay.
But that does not mean that only Kusas are occupying Kusau.
Okay.
No. There are other ethnic groups in Kusau, just like there are other Kusas in other ethnic areas.
Okay.
But Kusau is certainly the land for Kusas,
Okay.
owned by Kusas,
Okay.
but not necessarily inhabited only by Kusas. No, certainly.
Okay.
There are other tribes that have also found Kusau a more habitable place and they are comfortable living,
Okay.
and except the unfortunate misplaced claim in Bawku.
Okay.
Kusau we lived all these years with other ethnic groups without any problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we know when and where were the name given to Kusao?
Well, Kusau is derived from the occupants of the land, Kusas.
Okay.
And when in growing up,
Okay.
we had those names assigned to areas occupied by various ethnic groups, even when I was a child.
Okay.
For example, we called the Mosulan Mok.
Okay.
We call Frafra area Gurung.
Okay.
The Bises, we call them Barasu, we call it Baruk.
Okay.
Mampuru,
Okay.
or Zozugu. Zozugu means up the hill.
Okay.
And so we gave those names. And when the white colonial governor or government came to the northern territories then,
Okay.
they decided to also demarcate the areas according to that term into or smaller portions to be managed by the then district commissioners.
Okay.
And they thought it wise to name each area according to the ethnic group occupying that area.
Okay.
And that was as far as 1929.
Wow.
And I'm not saying this. Sometimes when you mention this, people who are very limited knowledge and just want to be mischievous and to think that God created a certain people special over and above others, I will quote you a document.
Okay.
There is this document which was written in, a meeting was held in Nabrongo on the 23rd and the 24th of December 1929.
Okay. Wow.
And the aim of that meeting by the then Northern Territories Provisional Governor and were there 6 district commissioners? Let me count them. They are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the 6 district commissioners, this is the document. I don't want to talk, and people think that maybe Sula Agwalasi concocted stories like others are doing and naming all sorts of non-existent history. Now, the aim of this meeting was to carve out these districts and name them properly, to be manned and managed properly by the district commissioners. The provincial commissioner was based in Zigambago and Aleru. Yeah. He was called Lieutenant Colonel P.F. Whitehall. He was the provincial commissioner. The district commissioners were, my eyes are not as sharp as they used to be. But R.C. something, 1 J.E. Miller, Mr. E or F Page.
Yes.
P.E. what?
Yes. The other one was
then J.A. something. Okay, my eyes are this. Not the best.
Yes,
so these people, they met, and our aim was to properly demarcate and name the various districts according to ethnic groups occupying them. And then also to think about getting some identity for the chiefs and possible how to remunerate the chiefs because of because of Lord Lugard's indirect rule in Nigeria, which was successful. They wanted to extend the same. That's why when they came, they were looking for chiefs, and we had no chiefs. They had to get chiefs at all costs. We had us. We were the Asaphalos, among the Asaphalos tribes in Ghana. That doesn't mean that we had no lands, but we had no centralized, organized leadership like we have under the chiefs today. But we had Tindanes. So when they met, they decided, among other things, that they should name the districts according to the ethnic groups occupying those districts. And that decision was that it was possible to have 2 ethnic groups coming to form one district. But they decided against dividing one district among 2 ethnic groups. And so, in furtherance to the meeting, they decided as follows. That of the native administrative revenues, it shall be put aside for chiefs' salaries. That was about chieftaincy. I want to get to the district commissioner's site and the names they give. And so those who are arguing today about things they do not understand and just based on whimsical reasons and mischievous representations will also become clear of the bare facts, and let us stop this unnecessary violence and mischief. Yeah. Am I right here? No. Name each district according to the ethnic group. And that a district could contain 2 ethnic groups coming together to form that district. But no ethnic groups should be divided between 2 districts. You get what I'm saying? So when they decided, they said, Mamprushi district. And that was only to be occupied by Mamprushis, or Mamprushis and other tribes could come to. But they said Mamprushi district. And the headquarters for the Mamprushi district was Gambaga. We had Kusasi district. The headquarters was Bawku. Then we had Nankani,
Okay.
Tanansi,
Okay.
Nabdam,
Yes.
Tanansi, and Nankanis.
Okay.
Their headquarters was Zuarungu,
Okay.
not Balga, Zuarungu.
Okay.
Then we had Kasina,
Yes.
Bulsa.
Bulisa. Okay.
No, I told you that they decided that 2 tribes could come under 1 district.
Okay.
Good. Their headquarters was Navrungu.
Okay.
They had Isala.
Okay.
We call them Sisalas.
Okay.
Headquarters to be chosen.
Okay.
To me has a bad reputation,
Okay.
and a better place might be found.
Okay.
Probably, Willimbile.
Okay.
So at that time, they did not name Tumu as a district, but they said that because Tumu had a bad reputation.
Okay.
So probably they may take Willimbile or something. Later on, I don't know how they settled on that, but in the 1929, 23rd, 24th December meeting in Navrungu,
Okay.
there was no district capital settled for Sisala or for Isala. Then Wala Dagati, headquarters were with Laura substation. There is a good road network to simplify administration.
Okay. Wow.
So in 1929,
Okay.
those who are arguing that their great grandfathers even founded the earth and where and they settled at Kuzga and whatnot, and that Kusasi never existed.
Okay.
In 1929,
Okay.
this was the decision of the white colonial government,
Okay. Wow.
the provincial governor with the 6 district commissioners,
Mhm.
and they named them like that.
Okay.
And those who are clamoring now and saying that Kusasi never existed were supposed to be chief in Bawku.
Okay.
And when that name came, you never resisted. You never said the land wasn't Kusasi's.
Okay.
So suddenly, how come after 1929 to date is how many years?
Wow.
That is about
Yes.
92 years.
Yes. Yes. That
After
is
92 years, Kusasis have suddenly evaporated into thin air, and they have no land.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know what type of mentality,
Wow. Wow.
or we think that in the 1940s, when Kusasis were likely illiterate and could not fish out some of these important documents,
Okay.
it's still now.
Yes, of
No.
course.
It's not necessary for this bloodshed.
Yes.
It's not necessary for the carnage.
Okay.
We should stop the mischief
Okay.
and face the truth.
Okay.
So that is
So-
how
Okay.
the Kusau came into existence.
Okay. So quickly, to add something there, should I say by then when the white man came, it was Tindani, but not chiefs by then? If
No,
we
as
are
I'm
not
saying, when
mistaken.
they chief, we had no chiefs.
Okay.
And even if, I mean, to be strict or to be honest with you,
Okay.
the whites have themselves admitted
Okay.
that they came and met chiefs in Ashanti, came to the northern region, they met chiefs,
Okay.
but expected the same in this part of the land.
Okay.
But when they came, we had no chiefs.
Okay.
But let us be also honest and know well, in terms of Burkina,
Okay.
because they were still part of Kusau, but it was the partitioning of Africa somewhere in Europe, in Berlin or something.
Okay.
And so most of our tribal clans had no chiefs.
Okay.
My clan had no chief.
Okay.
Yeah, those years we were Teshi Zebila, we were Teshi Tanga, we were under Zebila.
Okay.
And let me also add that at that early part,
Okay.
most of our chiefs, even when they became chiefs, were elected.
Okay.
And so those who are parading themselves and knocking their chairs and say they were chiefs in Bawku, they never enskined the chiefs here.
Oh, okay.
Alarago, Aparibili, and Ku were not enskinned by them.
Oh, okay.
Even as late as 1937,
Oh, okay.
Ndago,
Okay.
chief of Zabila, he was elected.
Okay. That was 1937.
1937.
Okay.
1944.
Okay.
After that, I can show you those documents.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying by mouth, word of mouth.
Yes, of course.
They were elected.
Okay.
Zangweiri, Zangwe Win,
Okay.
he was elected.
Okay.
And the contestant, I mean, those who voted for them were supposed to be 7. 7 households who
Okay.
voted for the chief.
Wow.
But that is another side of the story. So let's go on.
Daddy, thank you so much. Should with this one, should I confidently say that Kusas has a land and Bawku is belong to Kusa? Can I confidently say it because of the document I'm seeing on 1929 and the rest.
Certainly,
Okay.
there are no two ways about that.
Okay.
And I've been saying that those who doubt it, they can let us have a national debate.
Okay.
Yeah, they claim, others claim that their fathers came with the land and settled there, and Kusasi never existed. We came. Let us put the guns down. Let us use the evidence available to us, orally, documentarily, and otherwise.
Okay.
And let us debate.
Okay.
Let the world know.
Okay.
If they want us to send the case to the court of public opinion,
Okay.
there are so many radio stations,
Okay.
so many television stations.
Okay.
I think the government or some other organizations can foot that bill
Okay.
and let them get their best historians and those who claim to know all the facts.
Okay.
And let us debate
Okay.
so that we can spare the lives of these innocent, young, bubbling
Okay.
men and women that were gunning down, destroying life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the fact here is not just that Kusasi is having a dominant population, but the land is owned by
The
Kusasi.
land was and still owned by Kusas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that doesn't also mean, let me make it clear.
Okay.
As I said, that doesn't mean that the land should only be occupied and inhabited by Kusas. No.
Yes, of course.
Because we have so many Kusasis who are also in other lands,
Okay.
but they are not claiming ownership.
Okay.
They know and accept the rules.
Okay.
Yeah, so in Bawku, for example, we have Moshes and Bisas, outnumbering Mampusis and other tribes.
Okay.
But we are not fighting because they are not laying a false claim to the land.
Okay. Yeah. So to quickly ask something there, should I say it's not just that the Kusasi is claiming, and by then it was a map, because you were saying something like some of the Kusasis are part of Burkina and some are part of Ghana. Should I say that it was a map that the white man used and that divided some of the Kusasi to Burkina and some remain in Ghana? Or
You see, it wasn't a map.
okay.
You know, I don't know whether you have heard about the scramble for Africa.
Okay.
When the white man discovered that Africa was endowed with a lot of natural resources,
Okay.
the then colonial powers
Okay.
met, and they were already fighting as to who will own which part of Africa for their own selfish interest. So they said, well, let's stop the war.
Okay.
Let us sit down and divide the primitive people. That's how they called us.
Okay.
Even in the 1929 meeting, there's a document where the white man described all of us in the north
Okay.
as primitive people.
Oh, okay.
If there's time after that, I can open and show you.
Okay.
So they met in Berlin, in Germany, and just look at the map of Africa and shared it amongst themselves.
Okay.
That you take this is Ghana for the English.
Okay.
You take this is Upper Volta for the French.
Okay.
This is Togo for the French.
Okay.
This is Nigeria for Ghana. So they met and shared like that. So they didn't care whether they were dividing Kusasis, not only Kusasis.
Okay.
Others, Ashantis, between them and
So let's
Cote
just say they were
d'Ivoire.
divided.
Many tribes were like they were just divided.
Okay. So my question there is that why do the Mampusi in Bawku just focus on the Kusas in Bawku but not the Kusak in the Burkina?
Well, because Burkina is not part of Ghana.
Okay.
And you see that even when they are focusing in Bawku, it's tactical.
Okay.
They just want to deceive unsuspecting public
Okay.
into thinking that it is just the Bawku, the chieftaincy and Bawku they are fighting.
Okay.
It's not true.
Okay.
But fortunately, the Kusasi is not a vicious human being.
Okay.
And we pray that it remains so.
Okay.
So the struggle is not just Bawku.
Okay.
Some of us are old enough.
Okay.
I have been attacked and manhandled several times because of attempting to say we should call it Kusau.
Okay.
As I showed you in the 1954 elections,
Yes.
they contested and the Kusasi constituencies.
Okay.
But when Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown, they changed the name.
Okay.
Even where we are sitting now was changed to Sub-Mamprisi district.
Oh, okay.
You won't believe it, yes.
Wow.
The Mamprisi changed it to Sub-Mamprisi district.
Wow.
When in 1974, when the champion wanted to bring about the decentralization policy and created district councils,
Okay.
they created traditional councils to elect or nominate members to serve on the council, just like the present district assembly concept, where traditional chiefs and other people are nominated. The Kusasi Traditional Council was changed to Bawku Traditional Council.
Okay.
I have that document here with me.
Wow.
Schedule B. It was after Ibu. Don't forget. Remind me. I will open and show you.
Okay.
They changed it to Bawku Traditional Council.
Okay.
That Kusasis have no tribe.
Wow.
And so it's not just about Bawku chieftaincy per se.
That was
1974.
74.
And before 74, I was in secondary school.
Okay.
We had a very serious brawl in Navasco.
Okay.
By then, I was in Navasco.
Okay.
Honorable Cletus Avoka was in Navasco.
Okay.
The late Honorable Ndeburi was in Navasco.
Okay.
And many others.
Okay.
And the British High Commissioner was coming to Navasco, and they wanted us to organize tribal drumming and dancing.
Okay.
To entertain and receive him.
Wow.
When we wanted to come out and dance and perform as Kusasis, those who were Mampuris from Bawku said we had no right. That Kusasis had no land.
Wow.
So we could not dance under the name Kusasi.
Wow.
It was nearly a big problem to start in the secondary school.
Wow.
So our seniors marched to the headmaster. The headmaster heard the story. I said, no. Any tribe can meet and dance.
Yes.
The Gombes, Nab, that was the first time I saw Nab dance and what different from Frafresh. They danced. So from that day, we hired different lawyers to come home because the Mampusi students they said that we had no right to call us what that Kusashi boys had any land.
Wow.
So it's not just a question of.
Should I said is like we were speaking at earlier, and then you said the capital town of Mampruku was Gambaga.
Yes.
Should I say the Nairi or the Mampruku chief is aware of what we are discussing here?
Well, he may be aware, but suppress the truth. Okay. He may also not be aware, but these are documents. But at least if he follows oral history, he knows because he knows and we know that Nairi was initially domiciled in Gambaga, not Naleru.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the headquarters was Gambaga.
Okay.
For the whole northern territories.
Okay.
That was where the provincial governor was stationed.
Okay. Yeah. The truth is, Kusaku land or Bawku is for Kusaku. Meanwhile, they forget that 1929 and then 19 thereabout, we're talking about Kusas being the the dominant peoples of Kusaku land.
You see, that's why I was telling you that I had a very good friend who once told me that some people take portion of the truth.
Okay.
And inoculate or vaccinate themselves against the whole truth.
Okay.
Okay. So some of our brothers who are claiming to be the owners of Bawku from the Mampurishi area have decided to take certain portions of the truth, have inoculated themselves, and they are against the whole truth. Just like I was telling you about this piece of information. When they are quoting copiously how they were chiefs in the even they say 1940 or something back. In 1954 elections.
That is 23rd June.
Good. Before Kwame Nkrumah won and became even a leader. The constituencies under which they contested in the Kusasi area. Or in Kusau. You can read the names of me. They may think I am reading them.
I think we have Bawku. Yes, I think we have Bawku. That is the yes, we have Bawku. We have Kusasi Central. We have Kusasi.
So Bawku, who were the contestants?
Kusasi
Bawku. Let's start from Bawku.
Robert Apas Noba. That is Robert Apas Noba. Tubrum Pagin.
Let me help you. The names are difficult for
me. The names are very difficult for me.
Okay. And interesting, let me tell you a secret. When you talk of Bawku, that time Bawku was the present Binduru. This was the Bawku. This is not Bawku itself. So under the Bawku constituency that they contested was Bukari Yakubu. Bawku. Adam Amande. Bukari Nambe. The three contested. Bukari Yakubu contested under CPP. Adam Amande contested under MPP. And Bukari Nambe, he was an independent candidate. Now the next constituency was Kusasi Central.
Yes.
And Kusasi Central is the present Bawku Central itself. Fine. And the contestants were Jambedo Awuni. MPP. Ayana Imuru. CPP.
Okay.
The two contested.
Okay.
And, okay, let me say in the Bawku one, that first one, Adam Amane won with 3,118.
Oh, okay.
In the case of, what do you call it?
Kusasi Central.
Kusasi Central.
Okay.
Is it? Jambedo winner. Yes, he
Jambedo.
won.
Yes.
With 8,349.
Okay.
Kusasi East.
Okay.
Those who contested were Amadou Seydou
Okay.
for CPP,
Mm.
Idana
Okay.
Asigri
Okay.
for MPP,
Mm.
then Imoro Salfo
Okay.
he was an independent.
Okay.
And let me clarify the fact that the MPP then was Northern People's Party,
Okay.
not the current
MPP.
New
MPP.
Patriotic.
No, not New
Okay.
Patriotic. It was Northern People's Party,
Okay.
headed by, Dombo and Co.
Okay.
So that time, the New Patriotic Party leadership who are now clamoring
Okay. We're not there.
were not there.
Okay.
Good. Then we come now again to
Kusasi East.
Kusasi West.
Okay.
The contestants were Ayebo Asumda,
Okay.
CPP,
Okay.
Salfo Mahama.
Okay.
He was the father of the Mahami Salfo, who was the regional minister during Kufuor's time in the Upper East.
Okay.
Good. And then Dahman Guma,
Okay.
he also stood as independent.
Oh, okay.
Ayebo Asumda won with 4,360,
Okay.
followed by Salfo Mahama with 2,792.
Okay.
This was in 1954.
Oh, okay.
And the names were Kusasis.
Yes.
And Mampusis were
That's where we
contesting.
have
Mampusis were supposed to
Kusasi
choose.
Central, Kusasi East, Kusasi West.
Fine.
And
And the names were Kusasis because the colonial government recognized ethnic groups
Okay.
to be closely associated with their districts and their habitations.
Hmm.
So if the land was for Mampusis, why were you silent?
Okay.
Or that time they wrote the thing in Fulani. So why you didn't know?
Okay.
And you contested under it.
Okay. To end my question there, should I said I've been hearing most people saying that it was PNDC law, that is Ronnie's regime, that Kusasi become a ownership of Kusak land or Bawku. Could that one be true?
That's laughable.
Okay.
Under PNDC,
Okay.
I was the PNDC district secretary for the whole of Kusau.
Okay.
But then it was the whole Kusau.
Okay.
And I was the district secretary.
Okay.
Ndebure was the regional secretary
Okay.
when the law was passed.
Okay.
PNDC law 75 was passed in 1983.
Okay.
But all these documentation and evidences I'm giving you,
Yes.
some of them date back as far as 1929.
Of course.
Was PNDC there?
No.
In 1929, was Rollins born?
No.
Was Ndebure born?
No.
Was